I mean, wicked can just be more than just a word, a descriptor word. Like it can be an
An
actual
adjective.
noun.
Barding. Ah.
These
I don't know
things,
any of these things besides
How
Bree's
do you-
hockey
how do you-
journey.
we got our first hater the other day.
Shout out to my dad.
That made me mad. Now I'm triggered.
Oh, and god damn it. What a pro wants. What a pro wants.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah. This is episode 63.
Hey,
Listen,
the Bread Loves Hockey Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. Episode 63, Bread Loves Hockey Podcast.
What a great cold open to this episode.
Well, we'll see.
Welcome to hour 2 of the podcast.
Yeah, oh gosh. How long have we been even recording for? I've got
Well,
16 minutes about, so
I'm at 13.
yeah.
That's perfect.
We've been
That's up to the
talking
first
for-
commercial break, and then
Commercial
we move on
break.
from there.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily we don't have ad reads. I remember when Sandroni and I were out in Buffalo, we listened to a Bills podcast and a Sabres one, and every 15 minutes it's like playing 2 minutes of ads, and I'm like, or he said, thanks for not having any on your show. I'm like, yeah. No problem.
But if anybody does want to pay us,
plus 30 seconds, just skip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, we were doing that anyways. But it's
For
like,
me, it's just tap the right headphone just over and over and over.
There
and
you
over
go.
And over.
But yeah, we don't have the opportunity right now, and I don't know if we will anytime soon. But for right now, no ads, so you're welcome. Or at least if there are any, I didn't put them there. Like YouTube did it on its own, or Spotify did. I don't even know if
I don't
Spotify
think
does
YouTube
it.
would do that yet.
I don't think
Which
so.
do you think we would have first? Like paid sponsorships in our episodes, or an interview with an active or former NHL player?
Active or former NHL. I'm trying to think of how obscure we could get.
Right? There's a lot of people that have been in the league.
We played one NHL game.
They played in the NHL. They're an NHLer.
Hmm.
I'd even say multi-time NHLer. They played in at least 2 games.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to think how hard it is to get a sponsor. That's like the thing I'm
We've
thinking
been
about.
fine to guess some weeks.
Well, just go talk to Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
War Thunder.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that might be easier, even though we're not really at that level right now.
Yeah.
I think we're also not at the interviewing a former or current NHL player level either.
You never know. If I see one on the street, I will do a man on the street interview for our podcast, and we'll take off from there.
Okay,
I'll have
great.
whoever I'm with film it, and I'll just throw some. I'll try and give you a 30-second warning so that you can text me questions. So be ready at all times in case I happen to run into Jake Sanderson on the streets of Missoula because he doesn't live here.
Yeah, right. He doesn't even live in that part of Montana. Or he's not from that part. Yeah.
No, he's not, and yeah, he doesn't come back to this part. No.
So yeah, we'll be
But hey, if it
on the
happens,
lookout. Be on the lookout for a text from
I'm your
Owen
man.
very soon. I think I say too many ums and uhs and things to be like some interviewing an NHL player.
Well, I would be so nervous, but also at the same time,
And that's just
I
me
feel like
talking
after
in my
watching the
bedroom
face-off-
or my office. If there was like some player that I've even remotely heard of before, I'll be like,
But I feel like I would struggle unless it was somebody on the Sens or like a top 50 player in the league. I don't think I'm going to recognize them. I don't think I'd recognize the majority of the bottom pair defensemen in the league.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Just
they'd
based
have
off
to
the
be
face.
like
Or
wearing
the bottom,
a,
even
a
bottom
jersey.
6 forward, right? Which is like, well, they're not going to be walking around. It would be a meet and greet, right? Which I would then know who it is.
Yeah.
Oh well. The Knights did come to Missoula 2 years ago,
I remember
3
that
years ago.
for their little tour.
Yeah, I was out of town at the time, so I wasn't able to go even just like check it out. But seemed cool.
Was that the Cup tour? Or was that just like a preseason sort of thing?
I think it was just a preseason reaching out in the West sort of thing.
Yeah, like trying to reach other markets or like visit Vegas fans that are like in Montana,
Right.
in Utah, in like Upper Nevada, things like that, Idaho.
Right.
Yeah, that seemed pretty cool. It
Yeah,
was
I
fun
think
tracking that.
because they went to Boise as well.
Yeah, I think I remember even like texting you about it, but I think you were like like you weren't in the area or something like that.
Yeah, I was doing something. I don't remember.
Not
Or
that.
yeah, maybe it was the summer I was in North Carolina.
Yeah, it could be.
I think it was that because that was a couple years ago.
But I don't even know if like would you have even gone? It's not like it's Ottawa, but I guess it still could be.
No,
cool.
but I mean, like NHLers are still NHLers. Like I think it would be kind of cool, and it probably would have been Mark Stone. So
Yeah,
maybe that would have been nice.
that would have been fun.
He's a cool guy.
I know Bill Foley, the owner of the Golden Knights, has like a big ranch in Montana that like the players all go to like at some point in the
cool.
off season. So yeah, they like it there.
If it gets leaked, let me know. I'll head on over.
Okay.
So this whole time I was trying to remember the NHL player that like Jack Spears played with as a kid. It was Jordan Greenway. That's who he got.
Yep.
On the pod.
Yep, I remember.
No, what's his name? He played for Minnesota, but he's not there
Yep.
anymore. I don't think. Maybe he is.
I don't think he's on. He's
I
on
don't
the
think he's
Sabres
playing.
roster, but
Okay.
I don't think he's in the opening lineup.
'Cause I think he also knows Bogosian, but I don't know if they were like that close.
Oh,
Bogo. That's pretty cool because they're also from upstate New York, right? Isn't Bogo from Messina?
maybe.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
So the Hockey News has Jordan Greenway listed as the third line winger, but I don't know if he's on like their official roster. He might be, but yeah, definitely a fringe guy at this stage, but that's okay.
Zach Bogosian, 34 years old, hometown, Messina, New York.
Nailed it. Very nice.
That's near where we went to college for anybody for reference, which is why I would have guessed a random small town in upstate New York.
Yep. So he is listed on the Greenway is listed on the roster for the Sabres. So I don't know.
That's cool.
I guess he'll probably get in some games with them.
Let's
Good
get
for Zach.
boots on the ground. Get Sandroni over there.
Yeah,
Give him a
have him go check it
microphone.
out.
Yeah, I think he's our best representative for sure.
Yeah. He'll be a great interviewer.
We just posted like an hour or so, maybe not even before we started today, Sandroni's interview I did with him after the Sabres preseason game that we went to. I had forgotten to post it, so it's available now. Go check it out.
I still haven't seen it since it just got posted.
Well,
I'm very excited to
you'll
watch it
have to-
after this.
You have to check it
You
out.
you haven't been posting the hat trick questions. I thought you said you were gonna do that.
Yeah, I missed the first 2 days because they got posted at like weird times, and it was well, I mean, I did the first one, I guess, but I think
Yeah,
I was
post
somewhere
them.
where I couldn't post them, or I don't know. But yeah, I just have not been good about that. But maybe I will do it starting tomorrow.
If you want to just give me the Twitter login, I can do it.
I think we were gonna put him on the YouTube page because I think we get a little
As
more
well.
interaction there.
You can have that too. He just deletes all the videos that don't have him in it.
Yes.
Like, wow.
All the views are mine.
There's some like large gaps in the episode numbers here.
Yeah, we were just picking my favorite numbers. We're going through and talking about hockey on vaguely represent numbers that are my favorite. 63, right? Is this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler Ennis, great number.
So what's your next episode then?
Probably 64.
Great. Look
You know,
forward
Owen
to
loves
that.
64.
I love 64.
You named a whole episode after that number.
That's a good number.
It's a great pick. 64 is a great pick. Good amount of points, good amount of money.
Good amount of Nintendos.
64 million reasons why.
Oh,
Nintendo 64.
Dean! I saw
Well, no,
it.
I think Owen was the one, unless he wasn't trying to. He said good amount of
Oh.
money. Was that an accidental segue by Owen that I picked up on? No, it was a connection.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Simpatico.
64 million
Roommates.
reasons why.
Roommates, yeah.
Roommates.
What
So
we're
let's
trying
talk about Swayman.
Yeah, what we're trying to get at here is Swayman finally signs with the Bruins, and not at $64 million, which was the whole quote from Neely there about 64 million reasons to sign, and he ends up signing a $66 million deal.
Oh, $2 million bucks. That matters.
8 by 8.25 million. He gets the long-term deal done, and he is here before they drop the puck for their first game of the season. So that
I
was
feel like we need
relief.
Dean's reaction first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I said last episode when it hadn't happened yet. I was obviously worried because the whole thing with Swayman's agent came out. We're like, we're gonna have to take time and decide what to do and all this stuff. And I was like, at this point, like, I don't know. Swayman's an emotional guy with like all the talk about arbitration. His comments during the hockey like Prime series, which we'll get to, like all this stuff. I'm like, just sign him, even if it's like, again, at the time it sounded like Swayman's camp was at like 9-ish maybe. They were originally 9.5. But like, even if you meet in the middle, 8.5, 8.75, like you said, it was another 2 million or 3 or 4 million at that point. Like
Right.
we're close to the cap, but I mean, losing him would have been way worse than this. Like, is it an overpayment? It's like maybe a little. I mean, it's a lot of money and a lot of term
Right.
for a goalie, and like goalies can be weird, so who knows? But obviously,
Yeah.
like cap's going up. If Swayman keeps playing how he's been playing, like I don't think it's a bad contract. I mean, I mentioned it last week too. Like he's streaky, and now people are going to be paying more attention to that because you don't have Olmark as your second goalie.
Right.
So if he slumps again, like especially with the new contract, everyone's going to be looking at it a little different. But I'm
Yeah, and
optimistic.
I think we saw in the first game that you are gonna need him to be able to carry a lot of that load, right?
Yeah, I mean that first game, like the team defense was awful. It's like you can't really put it all on
Right.
Corpusalo. But one thing I noticed with his play was like his rebound control. He had one of his that just went off the
Yeah.
blocker and like up, and he lost it, and then it went in, and like just so many just right out into the slot, and I'm like not used to seeing that.
I know. I noticed that right away. I was like, this
But
is a
like,
stark difference compared
but
to
shot
other
12-1
guys.
in the first or something like that. I'm like,
Oh, that's
Right. It's not a recipe
inexcusable.
for success,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like clearly the
If
train was
Swayman
already a
was
little bit
in,
off the rails.
I don't think we win that game either because the final score was 6-4. But the last two goals we got were like garbage time. Like those didn't
Yeah.
happen. If it was like a 2-1 game, we're not scoring two in the
If
third.
Florida
Like
had to
that.
actually lock down at the end, right?
Yeah,
One of them probably would have happened. The other one,
yeah. So I
it's
mean,
tough.
obviously, hot take: Swayman's better than Corpusalo, but like Corpusalo didn't lose us that game.
You certainly
But like,
didn't win yet, though.
sure,
And
It.
that
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
was
I don't
how
know
it
if any
felt
goalie
last
could
year.
have won us that game.
I,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I guess
Timmy Tom.
looking towards the future beyond Game 1 for the Bruins season, like, it's not reassuring to see how he played.
Right.
So,
But it's reassuring knowing that we now have Swayman signed and he'll be playing at
Right.
least 60 games this year.
yes, with
You
the
hope he will play 60 games this year.
right, and the
Yeah.
caveat there being, again, hopefully he's not like streaky like he was last year because we don't have Allmark to fall back on. We have,
Even like when he was slumping,
Corpusalo.
he was like a 905.
Right. A Swayman slump may still be the better choice, but I think it's going to be interesting to see a young goalie have to take a big step up, right? And like
Yeah.
that's what he was looking for, right? That's what he's been asking for, and like that was with the whole Allmark leaving and now signing with the Sens was that Swayman was going to be able to take that big step, and have already seen in Ottawa, Allmark has made such a big difference. Just like the presence, the way he talks to the media, so cool. Have not seen
He's a
since
good,
like
nice
Craig
guy.
Anderson. Like he's just like a solid dude.
Mm-hmm.
Signs a 4-year 8.25, same money but half the term of the Swayman deal, which is kind of fun. I saw a Sens fandom meme of us trolling the Bruins by stealing the goalie and giving him the worst one, and then signing the other guy for the same amount of money. But
Do you
realistically,
think
I feel
Omar
like
was just waiting for Swayman to
right,
sign?
just
He's like,
he just
I don't.
wanted to
I just
stay.
want whatever Swayman gets money wise. I just want that, but for 4 years.
Right.
I'm like, okay.
Give me exactly half of his deal money wise and term wise. No, term wise, not money wise.
Swayman ends up
No, but then that would
signing
mean
for
he would
like
be twice as much.
yeah, right. Swayman
Yeah,
like signs
just
for like 5 million, and then Allmark's like, on second thought,
actually.
maybe I want
But
a little bit more than that.
we do have him at this year for 5 million, next year for 7, year after for 8, and then 2 years for 9. So it is at least structured to like ramp up with a cap that is hopefully going up, and we'll see this continual rise that we've seen post COVID in the league. That it is gaining a lot more viewership in the States, and that's realistically what it needs to continue to grow and for the cap to grow. I mean, the
I don't
Canadian
think that's
market, I would imagine,
how
is
the cap
tapped.
works.
Yeah.
No, but it's revenue. It's revenue
It's
based.
I mean, it's how much the team is paying him, how much money is going into his wallet. But as far as AAV, annual average value, it's the same every year. Like towards the cap hit, it's 8.25.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's
Are you
a
sure?
Like
yeah,
every contract is
AAV,
structured differently with
annual average value.
payment, but
Right, no, I
AAV,
know what AAV is, but I feel like the cap is determined by how much you're paying each player each year.
No, it isn't.
No?
No, because you can
Okay,
have signing bonuses and things affect.
sure.
So it's not determined that way. It's determined by the average cap hit over each year.
But
I'm
there's
trying to
probably
see.
also parameters to which it can vary year to
But
year.
even cap wages has the base salary as 8.25 for every year. Like normally, well, at least cap friendly would have it where like the
Well,
base salary would be different, but the AAV would be constant.
Puckpedia has it as a base that's changing and an AAV that's constant.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, and then above it, yeah, there it is,
the
cap hit.
AAV is your
I
cap
wasn't
hit. The
reading it
base
right.
salary is what the player is actually getting
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Little
I just wasn't reading the chart right.
Oh,
But
and then
full
I don't
also
know.
full no move clause.
Yeah, I was gonna say because with Swayman, I think the first 6 years is a full no move, and then it's like a 10-team no trade list or something, and they're like two different no trade lists.
Yeah, there's
The
one
last
where
few
it's
years.
like I will allow you to go to this number of teams.
Like
It was like
they
10 or
only pick
14
they
or
pick 10
Yeah.
teams, and the other one's like half for the league, or I forget, but
yeah, it's something like that.
basically movement protected. So.
Yep. So that's big for the players, of course.
Hmm.
Means we probably won't see a reunion with Olmark and Swayman anytime soon. Then probably wasn't gonna
Yeah,
In
happen, but
4 years.
yeah,
4 years from now,
yeah, who knows?
we'll sell them back to you full price. We'll take Corby back.
You want to get the other goalie contract news out of the way, or lack of contract?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Igor Shesterkin was offered 8 years, 11 million AAV by the Rangers, and declined. And apparently
That's a
he's looking for shorter term than that.
mm,
Um, which I think Elliot Friedman was saying like he'd want shorter term and maybe take less money too. So that might even be better for the Rangers. Which
hmm.
you would think he'd want 8 years because he's like older, like well, like mid late 20s. So like 8 years would put him into his again mid like maybe mid 30s or something. So I don't know. It's interesting, but I guess we'll see where that goes. He's signed this year, so I don't have to really worry about it until next off season. But obviously already being discussed.
He's gonna be a UFA after this contract or an
Yeah,
RFA. Okay.
USA.
Yeah, so that might put a little pressure, but to get an extension done. But they do have time this season. I think he could try to like cash out in a couple years if he does like a 2 or 3 year deal and maybe not at like a super big raise, and then if he still is playing at an elite level, he could get like a huge deal either somewhere else or with the Rangers again. But it's kind of a risk.
It feels like it depends on whether he prioritizes the guarantee of money or like going to win a cup somewhere. It feels like taking a short-term deal gives you the chance to, if the Rangers don't do it in the next 3, like you said, or 4 years even, you can jump ship, go get another, get a 2-year, 12 million AAV contract somewhere to go like be a stopgap and like I don't know, potentially win a cup if the Rangers haven't. I guess would be in my mind the reason to not take a longer deal because like 88 million is a lot of money.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going, buddy? We've got Eddie hopping on for our audio listeners. He was scratching at the door to get let in, and I'm like, would you please stop for like half a second so I can let you in? Anywho, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a continuing story with the Rangers, and I don't expect now that like, we've gotten the reports of how far apart the team and the player are. Well, I mean, I guess we don't know exactly, but I think we won't see anything happen too quickly now. Like it'll probably be towards the end of the season, I would expect if anything happens. Along with that non-signing, we have a bunch of other actual signings. I think the first one, kind of just going chronologically a little bit. So we had a couple PTOs that ended up signing. Tyson Barrie signs a 1-year deal, 1.25 per with Calgary. That's good. He's getting up there in age, so they kind of just need somebody who can play. I think that'll work out for both parties. Vegas signs Tanner Pearson. That was good to get done. Just a $775K per 1-year deal. Got a couple others like that. Yeah. Skylar Brindamore signs with the Canes. So we'll see if he plays with the Canes at some point. It's a 2-way deal, so expectation is probably not. But I don't know. It'd be kind of fun.
There's a chance.
He's 25, center. So I mean, and if Dad is like, all right, let's get him in here. Let's see what he can do.
Give him a shot. See what happens, right?
Like what's Eric Tulsky gonna say? Like, no, you can't do that, or like I don't think so. So that could be fun. Hoglander has a 3x3 extension with Vancouver. We've got Yamamoto also joins after a PTO. He joins the Hockey Club Utah.
Yeah.
On a 1-year deal as well. Let's see. We got so we had initially reported for a while those Pacioretty and Steven Lorentz deals with the Leafs. So those were kind of officially set in place. Kind of doing some cap shenanigans to maximize their LTI pool, and they ended up getting within $1 of the cap.
Wild.
So a couple teams have done that recently. Vancouver did it last year. I think Vegas did as well. I think Toronto's come pretty close in the past. So yeah, these like cap Scientologists are pretty cap scientists was the one I was looking for there. I was like, wait a second.
I like the other one better.
Yeah. Tom Cruise now works for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But it's cool to see these guys know how to manipulate the cap really well.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like 88 million, and you see like 87.99999.
That's
like
absurd.
It's exact.
Yeah. So yeah, they know exactly which order of operations as far as roster moves, like placing someone on IR and then calling someone up or sending somebody down, and that opens up just enough money to sign someone and all this stuff. It's pretty interesting to kind of dive into a little bit. It's not really something that the casual fan or even like the more invested fan like us should really pay that much attention to, but it's kind of fun just to have that knowledge.
I feel like Toronto specifically, like Brandon Pridham, I've like heard of before. Like he's been he's like the cap god.
Well, he's the wasn't he the owner of like cap, or like what was it called, Fanager or something? Cap Fanager or I can't remember exactly what it is. It's gonna kill me.
I mean, look up his LinkedIn page.
Yeah, that might help. I think he was one of the pioneers of some of the early cap tracking websites. I know Vegas
I don't know,
has
this
somebody
doesn't
similar
seem
to
right. He only has 1 connection and 5 followers. Might be a fan LinkedIn page.
that. Yeah, he
I'm
might
not gonna
not.
bother even
He
signing
might
in.
not have a page. Maybe I'll look it up later. I don't know, but yeah, he's pretty well known for doing that for an extended period of time. Okie dokie, you want to check out my cider?
Do you guys think you could guess the one skater on Puckpedia out of the 667 that makes the least, and they have a value that is unique to themselves?
What
There's
do you
one
mean?
skater that
Like,
makes less than
don't
775k. There's one skater that makes less than 775k. Do you
that
think you
league?
could guess?
I'm
How do you
pretty
make
sure
less
I
than
know
league
who it
min?
is.
Brendan, I don't think you do, but I'd be really surprised.
Oh, okay.
Like, I really don't think you do, but if
Oh,
you pull this off, it'd be
it's
pretty
a
wild.
skater. It's a skater,
It's a
not a
skater.
goalie.
It's a skater.
Okay.
How do you? The only way to make less than league min is if you signed a longer term league min deal.
Yeah, year 3
Or
of 3,
okay,
and this is the expiry year. 27-year-old defenseman, right shot.
27-year-old defenseman right shot. That's like a
Last
eighth
season,
D.
last season played 62 games,
Okay.
six goals, 7 assists, 13 points.
I
Oh.
don't know, Derek Forbort. No, he's old.
Could you let's start. Could you name the division you think that this player is in?
It's just a crapshoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Just give me a 1 of 4.
Pacific,
We'll figure it out eventually.
Central.
Wrong. It's in the Metro.
Atlantic. Oh.
Okay, which Metro team is it?
Oh man.
He's on the Devils.
It's the Devils.
Oh.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
Devils right-hand 27-year-old defenseman.
Oh. I feel I'm trying to like remember. I'm not gonna look. I was trying to think about like when I looked at the roster.
I was making sure he's well. Is it Siegenthaler?
It's
What's
not
he make?
Siegenthaler.
No, he's a little
I
bit
don't
older.
know how much he makes. Yeah, I don't think he's 27 anymore.
That was like the most random Devils defenseman I could think of.
Nathan.
And this is somebody who has a contract for this season.
Oh wait, no, Bastion is a forward.
I think this is a name both of you guys have heard at some point.
Yeah, I don't like that because
Which is the thing.
Because I think I might
He's from
be able to get it eventually.
He's
but-
from Grimsby, Ontario.
Oh, okay.
His current team is the Devils. Trying to see if I can get a former
Got
team.
that.
He used to play for the Montreal Canadiens, and that's the team that he played for last year,
Oh.
and the team prior. And then before that, it was the Winnipeg Jets.
Justin Barron?
No, but his
Damn.
first name starts with J.
Oh,
Dean, any guesses?
he's not on the Devils.
He wears number 8, I think. 6'5", 218 pounds.
Oh man.
I just looked it up. I would not have gotten it.
Oh.
At all?
No.
Brendan, do you want to know?
Starts with a J.
First name starts with a J.
Yeah. I
Drafted by the Jets. Drafted by the Jets. 3rd round, pick 74, year
Last
2017.
name starts with a K.
Last name starts with a K, and he sounds foreign.
That helps.
But he's Canadian,
Yeah. Okay.
so it's not that foreign.
He has no accent in his name, at least on the website.
Yeah. No.
Jonathan Kovacevic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I probably should have gotten that a little bit quicker, but that's okay.
He makes 766 versus 775.
Okay, yeah, because Logan Thompson also makes less than league minimum right now. So that's when before I realized you said skater, I was like, oh my god, I actually know this.
Right, you would right because I know you've brought up that stat before, but I
Yeah.
saw that there was a skater that also
Yeah, that's fun.
was like that.
Good little
I'm surprised that you got
side
that.
quest there.
So
Oh, I'm
another
decent.
speaking of side quests,
Listen. Speaking of side quests,
Another thing that the viewers aren't going to know what I'm talking about, but the podcast of our podcast has been created, and there's also
Oh
a
gosh.
summary. Do you want to hear the summary?
Sure.
Absolutely. This is from what, the
Um,
last episode?
yeah. This podcast episode is a discussion between two hosts who are passionate about hockey. They they discuss the upcoming NHL season, providing insights into the latest team news, player updates, and preseason events. They particularly focus on the Bruins, delving into the contract negotiations surrounding goalie Jeremy Swayman and analyzing the team's strengths and weaknesses. The hosts also touch upon the overall landscape of the NHL, discussing various teams and predictions for the upcoming season. You should have this make the description for us.
Yeah, wait. Well, that's a
that's
little.
wild.
It's a little
A
long,
little wordy.
but yeah, that's crazy.
Wild.
Usually, I just like list a bunch of topics. Like when I run through the edits, I just like write a bunch of like the big
Um,
topics, and then I just kind of like go, "We talk about."
Yeah. So they made an
All of the
8-minute
shit.
podcast for us we could listen to some other time.
Oh my
8-minute
goodness.
podcast?
Of the
That's
two AI discussing our podcast.
Wow, that's
That's funny.
bonkers. That's what that is.
Just wait until you hear this.
That took only 1 megawatt of energy to produce.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yippee! You hear they're turning on 3 Mile Island? Microsoft is buying and turning on 3 Mile Island.
I had not heard that.
Yeah. They're not even like piping it straight into their data centers. They're just paying to put more energy into the grid to make it easier to pull more energy. And they don't want to invest in like fossil fuels, so they're just like, nuke plant? Okay. We have endless money to throw at this.
Like we're not gonna
Which,
do
honestly-
that again,
Probably.
right? Yeah.
If our stock prices plummet, we might threaten to self-destruct. You never know. Too much power for a private company. The government should handle it. You know me, pro-government.
Yeah.
Did you know this was a politics podcast?
Yeah, I didn't even know. That's the first.
Did you know
time
there's a
I've heard about
hurricane coming?
it. I had heard about that.
I heard
Did you
that
know
the
this is a
hurricane
climate
is all part of
podcast?
big weather.
Big
Yeah.
weather. Yeah. I don't even want to dignify it with anything more than that because this isn't
They named a team after it.
this isn't the platform for it. But as far as
Our
the hockey
listeners want to know
impacts,
your big weather opinions.
my opinion is that it has sucked for the Tampa Bay Lightning and
I'm sure.
a couple other teams.
The Florida Panthers probably. Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, they were able to play last night.
Right,
So-
but it's making landfall like right now.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like early this morning or whatever. So, hopefully things don't get too crazy down there, and we don't have a ton of postponed games. But again,
Hockey's what matters.
it's not what matters. It's what I was gonna say, even though I segued into hockey. But yeah, thank you, Owen. This guy only likes hockey.
What elevation do you think the arena's at?
I saw a
0.
picture of it. Yeah,
9
it's not great. I don't know exactly what it is.
I want to know the elevation of all the arenas.
While Owen looks at the elevations, we'll quickly run through.
20 feet.
Okay, there you go.
20 feet of a. They only 15-foot storm surge, so it'll be okay.
Great news.
You heard it here from meteorologist Owen.
What's your sign off, Owen?
Coming to you live from right here.
Let's take a
It's-
sign on.
The fake news.
That was yeah. Keep working on it.
Okay.
I like how you have to have like a big pause before any sentence. That's how you know you're shifting into meteorologist mode.
It adds the tension, right? People want to know what you're going to say next.
Right.
If you really delay what you're about to say next.
Let me shift into, see how delayed I was there, into Jesper Wallstedt signing an extension with the Minnesota Wild, a 2-year
We're still
deal.
on signings.
Yeah, we still got a couple ones I want to cover. I think that one's important. So that's good. He's young. We'll see if he gets into games this year because, Fleury this is probably his last year. We'll see how well he plays. and then some competition with the other goalie, Gustafsson. So, see how that goes. We've got Austin Watson also was on a PTO with Detroit, and so he signs a deal there. Travis Dermott signs similarly with the Oilers, and Vrana also turns a PTO into a contract. All three of those being, your minimum AAV 1-year deals. But I think Vrana could be still decent enough, or he could just play like 10 games and that's it. We'll see. But it's still good to at least give a shot, especially if you've had these guys on your team before. And then big contracts. We've got Carter Verhaeghe signs an 8-year extension, $7 million per. I think that's gonna work out pretty well for the team, and obviously the player. Like, this is his final time, or he finally is able to get a big deal, because he's never really been, up until the last couple of years, like a steady NHLer. He's kind of bounced around. He was in the ECHL for a little bit and kind of climbed his way back up. Tampa didn't re-sign him after they won the Cup, and so he made a big opportunity for himself in Florida. So that's fun, and I think Florida is pretty happy with that value. So that's good.
Yeah, taking the class tax-free discount.
Yeah. I don't have anything to say about that, because Vegas is also in the same situation. So, and then last one here, Joey Decor signs a 5-year extension at $5 million per with the Seattle Kraken. So he kind of usurped the role from Grubauer towards the second half of the season. Obviously, he was the Cocoa Cup champion at the Winter Classic, which was pretty fun. And
Nothing for you.
Yeah, it wasn't fun for me.
Former Sen.
Yes, former Senator. And he did not start the season in net. Grubauer started last night against the Blues on opening night in North America. But we'll see how many games he gets into. If it's kind of like, still want to see, because they're paying Grubauer a little bit more, expected to be the starter. If he's gonna have that job again this year. But I think that's the signings. I didn't expect there to be this many this close to the season, but it happens.
Or a trade already.
How about that? Did you see this, Owen?
I did not see the trade.
This actually has a former Ottawa Senator included in the deal.
I love when that happens. We love sends abroad.
There you go.
Dean, break it down for us.
We got
that guy.
the Vancouver Canucks acquiring defenseman Eric Brandstrom from the Colorado Avalanche for defenseman Tucker Poolman and a 4th-round pick in the 2025 NHL Draft.
That sounds like big news.
Big news.
I bet you I gotta go change my bracket, actually. Nucks for the Cup now. I may not even have them in my bracket currently, but now they're going to win the Cup.
Brandstrom was placed on waivers.
Yeah. But somehow still got traded afterwards, which feels weird, because they could have just claimed him instead of trading away. Unless they wanted to trade away Tucker Poolman.
They did, yes, because he was on IR.
Poolman hasn't played since October 18th of 2023 because of a head injury.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
they wanted to kind of gain that LTIR space so they can maximize their LTIR pool a little bit better. It's always beneficial to save that space.
I've been hearing a lot about that this year, which I hadn't heard in the past, where with the cap money you don't spend, as long as it's not LTIR related, like you get interest on it or whatever. So your cap space grows up until the deadline.
Yes.
Unless you use LTIR, and then you don't get that benefit. And I'm like, this is the first I'm hearing about it, but everyone's talking about it like I'm sure it's been a thing for a long time, but I'm like, why have I not heard about this before?
It's just getting a little bit more scrutinized.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. People have been really bored this offseason, myself included at points. We've always had some good stretches.
that LTIR reminded me of was geez, why am I blanking on his name? The Vegas goalie that isn't
Robin
playing.
Leonard.
Robin Leonard. Thank you.
Laner.
Yeah,
Yep.
unique
There was like
situation there.
controversy with
Yeah.
that, where Vegas does it again. Those scumbags.
God damn it, Vegas! I'll get you for this one.
You want to
So
talk about
At Vegas.
here's the scoop. Leonard does not report to mandatory training camp, even though he's been injured. He still was supposed to report, and he's been dealing with some financial struggles, away from the team, and so it kind of made sense for everybody if Vegas agreed to still pay him his salary for this season, but not have that salary counted against the cap. So they were able to work that out where they're paying him his full $5 million for the season, even though he won't be playing. He's not on the roster. He's not against the cap. So you'll see, like if you check out cap wages, it just has a zero there for his cap hit. So it works out for Vegas. They can use their LTIR pool a little bit better, not having that immediately thrown on there, and Leonard gets paid, even though he probably he wasn't gonna play. Most likely, he's had double hip surgery, so he's his time in the NHL is done, unfortunately. So it's sad to see him kind of finish off his career in this way, because there's been really great moments with him with Panda, and I just wish him the best going forward with whatever else he's got going on. So yeah, people were upset that Vegas got that break there. This was going to be his last season under contract anyways, but still, it could have been a problem that would be resolved next year instead of this year.
Yeah,
People will
like
be
you said,
mad at Vegas for anything.
extenuating
True.
circumstances, and it seems like it's good for Leonard, but I feel like fans would be happy if it's like Leonard gets his money and it's on the cap, but obviously,
Right.
Really? Yeah.
I don't really have a problem with it.
Yeah. Me either.
I found the answer to my burning question.
Let's hear it.
You guys can probably guess the highest elevation.
Denver.
Probably Denver.
Colorado.
Well, what's Utah at?
I don't know. I don't have that information.
It could be higher.
This isn't a new.
You didn't look?
I that's the only one I haven't looked up yet.
Let me just I'll look up Salt Lake City.
You look up that one.
Look up the Delta Center specifically.
The Delta Center specifically, obviously.
Well, I'm gonna say no because the average elevation is 4,300 at Salt Lake. So.
Yeah, Ball Arena is at 5191.
Okay. Yep.
Do you know what comes in second place? Not including Utah. I don't want to factor in where they go in.
Oh.
Because it might be Utah. I just don't know where the math falls in on it. You said 42 something was Utah?
Mm-hmm.
Then they're second place.
I don't know, Vancouver's kind of mountainous.
I'm thinking Edmonton.
Actually, it's right on the water. That's a lie.
Edmonton's a good guess. That's third place.
Come on.
At
Florida.
2189 feet for Edmonton. But you're on the right track in many ways.
So Calgary.
It is Calgary.
Damn it! I almost guessed them first, but I didn't.
3425 for the Saddle Dome. What is the lowest elevation team?
Tampa or Florida.
Tampa and Florida are second and third lowest elevation teams. Neither on the bottom, though.
I feel like
Florida
I've seen
is
this.
at 17 feet, and Tampa is at 14.3 feet. Our winner, however, comes in at 10 feet, and that is the Bruins. 10
Hey.
feet above sea level, the Boston Bruins.
We'll get flooded first. Let's go.
Let's go! Yeah.
Although I don't know which level of it is it, because isn't your arena like 10 floors deep under everything? Like, isn't it one of those that is just like houses everything?
Part
Like
of the
Madison Square
train-
Garden?
the
Yeah,
tram.
it just like is everything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some notable outliers. Pittsburgh's like 5th on this list.
I would have guessed they were actually pretty low as well, because I know like their football stadium is very close to the water, like it's on the water more or less.
That's a
And
river, though.
yeah, but still, it's pretty close. River,
There could be
sea.
a river in
Colorado, you know.
Denver.
Okay, you got me.
Here-
You're fine.
But yeah,
You win.
they're 5th,
Red's
but
an
they're
idiot.
they're still at less than 1,000. There's only
They're on
there's
river
only
level.
4 over. There's only now 5 over 1,000. No, 4, because Arizona was one of them. So it's Arizona, now Utah, Edmonton, Calgary, and Colorado are the only ones. All right, I guess,
And
and
Utah.
Vegas. No, but Utah was Arizona,
No,
so those ones don't count.
it does
So it's
count.
Utah, Vegas,
Why doesn't
Utah,
it?
Vegas,
Why doesn't it count?
Utah, Vegas, Edmonton, Calgary, Colorado. Those are the teams.
There we go.
Just 5, like I said the first time.
Great.
Everything else under 1,000 feet. Pretty wild, and quite a few under like 100 feet, which is weird. Like even DC is only 46 feet above sea level, apparently. Vancouver 23 feet. That's a good guess.
I think Seattle would be
New
pretty
Jersey
low too.
34. Seattle I looked up. I think it's like 600
Oh, okay. Well,
because it's like up on a mountain next up. Like I could be wrong though.
I don't know about that one.
18.3 for Philly. Wild. Like I wouldn't have thought of Philly as like being at sea level basically.
Did you guys see some of the waiver claims?
I did not.
We had a
I was
couple
also just
interesting
thinking-
ones.
It'd probably be good to get back to. I put one thing on our lesser tier list. I'm like, maybe we'll have to start moving some things.
Yeah, there are a couple things
a lot on
that,
our list.
that could go down there. But there were a couple
Like we-
notable ones for waivers. Vegas claimed Cole Schwint from the Flames. They also claimed Raphael Lavoie, but I guess Edmonton claimed him back. But some other team also put in a claim, so they can't bring him to Bakersfield. I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation that is unprecedented. But yeah, Vegas did get one player. They lost Zach Aston-Reese to Columbus, which I'm fine with it. I think he'll be able to play like consistently with them, which yeah, they need players to do that. So
Yeah.
that's good. There were a couple other ones, I think, floating around, but I don't. Those were just ones I had off the top of my head. I didn't write any of them down.
And then yeah, I put Pierre Engvall got placed on waivers, but I don't think anyone's gonna claim that contract.
6-year deal.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably just like prove it to the Islanders that you can like still play for us. Otherwise, you'll just be playing in Bridgeport, and we don't really care. Like,
$3 million AAV.
yeah,
But how would that work cap wise? Does now
Depends
do
if
now
it's a
the
one-way
Bridgeport
or
Islanders have to
two-way.
pay him? If it's
a
a one way,
if it's a two-way, then
he
it's
just gets
same
the other
money.
salary. Yeah.
But the I don't know. I don't know where to see if it's one way or two way.
I think you should be able to see that on their page, or if you click on his contract. But
Probably
not
Barry
sure.
contract. I don't know what
Oh.
that means. That's probably what it means. 1.85
Barry
cap hit.
penalty. Okay, yeah,
If you bury that, it's gonna just putting them in the AHL, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
you save 1.15 per year.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Save a little money.
Especially if they don't think that he's good enough to be on
Worth
the
it.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, you can always pull him back up. Like they didn't expect him to get claimed, and now we're probably past that point.
I would think
Mhm.
so, yeah. As teams fledge things out.
Mm-hmm.
Which, speaking of that, so we have the final two captains vacancies that were left to be named have finally happened. So Clayton Keller does get named the captain. We had said that was the right move in last week's episode, so that's good. Utah gets their first captain. and Lawson Krause was named an associate captain, was the official wording there, which that's new because it's alternate is the term.
And also, some people say assistant, and like people were talking about how hockey fans would be like, "It's alternate. Do you even watch hockey?" Like when people say assistant captain or whatever.
Yeah.
But apparently, there has been at least one other associate captain before. I think
Really?
someone said, but I'm never gonna be able to find that or fact check it now.
Yeah. Oh. So, I mean, I don't really care that much. Like, whatever, you're an
They
associate
still have an A, right?
assistant
Yeah.
to the regional captain, sort of thing. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Kraus named an associate. And then Jordan Eberle named, like, maybe an hour before their puck drop as the captain. I think that, like, they hadn't even made a tweet or anything about it. And then when they were doing the introductions for the starting lineup in Seattle, they said, and introducing your captain, and like the crowd's like, wait, what?
That's
For
wild.
the Seattle Kraken, number 7, Jordan Eberle. Oh, yay! And so I think that was
That's
a good.
pretty cool.
I think that was a good pick. So yeah, all of the vacancies are now filled. I do have the full list. If you guys think that you could name all of them, like going just back and forth, I'd be curious if you guys know all of them.
I think between the two of us, we could probably get. I would bet that Dean and I could get 24 captains
Okay.
at least.
That's another thing I just don't pay attention to.
Yeah, but I
Dean,
think yeah, we'll see.
but it's also just no hockey players. Dean, do you think we
Sure.
could get at least 24?
Maybe let's do a team. Let's just do a team thing.
Yeah,
and we can guess.
team is good.
Yeah. We're
With the
on a team
Atlantic.
here.
I got Boston with Marchand. You can do Ottawa.
Yep, Brady.
Walmart.
Let's.
Yep.
I don't think doing it this way is the most efficient way.
Back and forth, you said.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just going from random teams that you know, because then we're not gonna know which.
All right, you name it.
Where's Atlantic? Atlantic.
I'll just
Just
go.
do it.
Yeah, I have the list here, so I'll just start with Anaheim, and whoever knows it can say it, or we'll just keep going.
They didn't.
Can we
Oh,
discuss?
they,
I
no,
feel like
they
this
just
is
named
secret.
him.
Yeah, we talked
No,
about
it's
this
not-
on the
it's
podcast.
not-
Big
what's
beard.
his
Troy
name?
Terry, right?
No,
Oh no, it's
Oh
Gudis.
no, oh yeah, not Bogut.
that's
Gudis.
it.
Radko.
We already named
Radko.
Marchand, Buffalo.
Jack Eichel.
Colleen.
Dean has it. Calgary.
Uh,
I thought this would be a tough one.
not
Huberdeau?
Huberdeau. That would be weird.
Huber, no.
Mikkel Backlund. Is he
Yeah,
still
that's
there?
it. Backlund.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh,
That came straight out of my butt.
Carolina. Oh, guys.
I don't know if I know this. Do you know this? Stahl? Is it still Stahl?
Yeah.
Stahl.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Chicago.
Oh, Foligno.
Yes.
Foligno. Yes, Nick Foligno.
Colorado. I think you guys should get this.
Yeah, Landeskog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Guy who hasn't played him.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was about to say McKinnon. I
We
was
just
like,
watched the
wait.
show. We just watched the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Columbus.
Boone Jenner.
Nice. Very nice.
We're gonna segue to that before you drop
Yeah.
this quiz because he got hurt.
Yeah, he
Took a
did.
puck to the jaw. He's out like 6 weeks.
Wow.
Didn't he? And he like took like some weird crash into the boards too, didn't he? Or was it
Oh,
because he
shit.
got hit with a puck?
I don't know, unless I found the wrong injury video.
Maybe it was two different things. I don't know. Didn't he? I think he got hit with a puck
it?
in another
last-
season. I think it was a crash
on.
into the boards during warm-ups. Either way, he's out like semi
Oh
long
yeah,
term.
this video just isn't even on. Wow, he gets injured a lot. It turns out.
Yeah, yeah, because I remember
literally
that
can't find
one.
the video of the current one. It's non-existent.
Maybe he's not actually injured. Conspiracy?
There's no video of it. So yeah, I guess the video I found was a lie. This article on MSN just talks about it. So yeah, I guess he's hurt. We don't know for how long.
But that's no
maybe we
good.
do.
No good for them.
Yeah, he fell into the boards during practice. That's why there's no video.
Okay. Yep.
That makes sense.
that's just another
Ouch.
terrible outcome
Happens.
for Columbus this season.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, who's after?
Dallas.
Dallas. Jamie Benn.
Good work, Owen. Detroit.
Dylan Larkin.
Yes. Edmonton.
Connor
Connor.
McDavid.
Very good. Florida.
Oh no, is it? No, it's not Kachuk.
No.
Guys.
Barkov.
There we go.
No, it's.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
No, it's not him. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say Ekblad.
No. He's
No.
I think he's an alternate, though.
Yeah, I think it's
Los
Chucky and
Angeles.
Doubt.
No, Kopitar.
Yeah, there we go, Dean.
Tar.
Oh, that
Dean led me
One of the
astray.
two.
you guys are not great at
I was gonna
this.
say Dustin
told you, I'll
Brown,
pick
but I know he
another
doesn't play
captain.
anymore.
Minnesota. This is generally a tough one. People don't remember.
The
I don't know
other
if that's a hint or
Foligno.
not.
Marcus, maybe? No, I don't think it's Marcus.
Kaprizov.
Oh, guys.
Um,
No. Oh, Dumba? I've seen him.
Not on the team anymore.
That means it doesn't count as a guess.
He's a goalie.
Did they give Faber a C already?
Oh, guys. It's a defenseman. He's been here for a long time.
Oh, the guy they
Minnesota?
paid too much money?
Skip?
It's not Matt Dumba?
Should I just tell you guys, or are you still trying to think about it?
That'll be our
No, I'm
skip. We only
still
need to get
thinking.
24.
Yeah, we only need to get 24.
Okay. We'll come back
Can't
to
come
it.
up with
Montreal.
it. Suzuki.
Nashville.
Dean. Forsberg.
No.
Dean. No? Oh.
Yossi.
There we go.
Yossi. Good
Owen.
job.
Oh,
I was setting you up for this one.
Just because he's
I was
on
setting
the
you up.
prime doesn't mean he was a captain.
Yes, it does.
New
It works for
Jersey.
Austin Matthews.
Yeah, right.
Hughes.
But
No.
Hughes.
Neither of them.
It's not Jack?
No!
Oh, it's Heeshear. It's Heeshear.
Yes, he should. Islanders.
Pierre Engvall.
Come on.
He's being sent down as captain.
Get real.
Hey, man, we like
Right.
in the locker room, but you just
It-
can't play.
It's Wallstrom, obviously.
Yeah. Amazing
Yes,
hockey
prodigy.
player.
How could he not be?
Noah Dobson?
Is it Lee?
Jeez.
Anders Lee?
You're like naming all the young players. Yes, Dean, it is.
It's Anders Lee.
New York Rangers.
Shesty. Truba.
No, he was in the. This one, he was in the.
He's just messing around.
It's Truba. It's Truba.
Okay, Ottawa, we already got some guy named Brady.
Who was
Philadelphia.
that guy?
That's a-
Couturier, right?
yeah, Couturier.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Crosby.
Thank
Malkin.
you. San Jose.
Brent Burns. Who's still on San Jose these days? Oh, nope, not Hurdle. That other guy that's still there. Is Vlasic's still there?
That's not him.
Is it a forward?
Yeah. He's been
Logan
around for a
Couture?
while. Yeah, that's him.
Oh yeah.
Couture. He hasn't played in a while, so I'll give you guys that.
No, he hasn't.
We just said
I
Seattle.
think about the old guys like Marlowe, Thornton,
Epperly.
like all these guys that don't
Nope,
exist
not
anymore.
them. St. Louis. This might be a tough one.
Oh, Robert Thomas?
No.
Right.
Buchnevich.
No. To both of you.
Are those both Blues players at least?
I feel like Blues, like Minnesota and St. Louis are like just automatic skips. Like you shouldn't need to know anything about those.
I don't know what the hell's
Rip
going on over there.
Justin.
And I don't care.
All right, we'll skip it.
Yeah. I have
Tampa
no
Bay.
clue.
Not Stamkos. That's Hedman.
Edmund.
Yep.
John.
Toronto.
Austin.
Matthews.
Utah, we just said.
Keller.
Vancouver.
I guess
Hughes.
Eberle is not Utah. He's
I believe
Is Eberle
Seattle.
on? Seattle.
Everybody, yeah.
Other expansion. team.
Hughes.
Yeah, Quinn Hughes. Vegas.
Stoner.
Yep. Washington
Oh,
Ovi.
and Winnipeg. Yeah, I knew that. I was. yeah. Oh
Winnipeg.
Not Shifley, is it?
Nope.
no.
He's not even on the team anymore, is he?
Yeah, you're thinking of
what about-
Wheeler.
What about
Oh,
Wheeler?
Wheeler's
Yeah. Wheeler's gone.
He's gone.
Is it a defender? I feel like it's a defender.
It should be Hellebug.
I don't remember what position this guy is actually.
Oh boy. All right, that's 29. That's good enough. Lock it in.
I mean, we got a couple.
I'm pretty sure he's a
wrong on the
forward,
first
but I
try.
just have to. Yeah, he's a forward. Okay, I just had to double check. For some reason, I had a little doubt.
Kyle
there.
Connor?
No. Been
Who are their
around the
other
team for a
wingers?
while. He's a center.
He's a center. Who are their centers? Oh, Nikolai Ehlers?
No. Good guess though. This is like the last core piece that you guys haven't named besides Hellebuck.
Yeah.
I did think this was going to be a tough one.
It's not.
You guys just don't know the Central Division, is what I'm gathering here.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
know
any
nothing
division
about
except
Central.
Atlantic. I just know the Bruins.
Yeah,
He just knows the Bruins.
yeah, we've known that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna come up with it.
We're
Can you
gonna
give us
go
those
ahead
names?
and give
I
up.
need to clear my mind of NHL stuff so
Joel
I can know
Eriksson.
who the
that the
AHL
Wild
fourth
captain?
line winger is.
No, it is not Dean or
That's Joel
Owen.
Eriksson.
No, it isn't. But he's on the Wild, so that's good. And he's not a defenseman though. It's Jared
Oh.
Spurgeon,
Jared
Perfetti.
Spurgeon.
not Cole Perfetti, Dean.
Not Cole Perfetti.
The other one we were looking for was Braden Shen for St. Louis.
Braden Shen.
Oh,
Okay.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
for Winnipeg, Adam Lowry.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy too.
Eh. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely a couple tough ones in there. But yeah, all the vacancies are now filled. I don't remember the last time that happened.
I do. I know. I don't remember, but I know I saw it.
Oh, I did not see it.
Did you see it, Dean?
I'm thinking it's at least like 3 or
Take a
4
guess.
years ago.
Oh, more than that.
I was gonna say 2014.
Brendan, official guess?
2016.
2010-11.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Wow.
been a minute.
That is, yeah.
And it's the first time we've ever had 32 captains.
Also true. Very cool.
Less exciting of a fact, but
It's a
Still?
fact.
a fact.
Yeah.
It's true.
Since we're kind of ripping through rosters a little bit, do you guys want to briefly touch on your team's final 23-man rosters and like any surprises there?
Let me pull
we
it up.
just went over the Bruins one last week, and I don't think it's really finalized. Because Poitras hasn't played yet; he's hurt. And there's some guys that we're probably gonna have. We have a lot of the veteran guys in that I think we're gonna let sit a few games for some of the younger, faster guys. So I say, as far as Bruins go, I'll probably hold off.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we
They're
had like
pretty fluid.
Kepke and Tufty were in there in the first game, which I don't know if we really touched on them. Well, maybe we
Yeah,
did.
and that Catholic we got from Ottawa fought a former Bruin, AJ Greer.
Yeah,
Catholic will chuck him.
not a
He'll
great
chuck him.
forward, but you know.
Yeah.
Nah, serviceable sometimes.
So
For the
Owen.
Sens, I feel like there's not a lot of surprises. I guess Gaudette making it, but also he put 40 in the A, so yeah, you can be a fourth line center.
Sure.
Work hard, score some goals. On D, don't love seeing Hamonic make the team. He said he was dealing with something last year, and he's feeling better now, and he feels like he can go faster and keep up with the game better now. I hope so.
Believe it when I
Our-
see it.
Our third pairing D is definitely the thing that gives me the most nerves. However, Yakimchuk, our pick from this year, did amazing in our preseason games against any roster. But we sent him back to the W, so
Yeah, he didn't make the team.
that would have been one of the ones that I would have liked to see. And then on defense and then on forward, I thought Yannick had a really good preseason. Just was able to drive some of those what would be a fourth line sort of vibe. So I guess he was in that running for that 4C spot. Same with Zach Ostapchuk, who we've had in the progression for I don't know 2-3 years now.
And you haven't been too impressed with him.
He has started to come into his own, but he's taken a bit. Ridley Gregg jumped him big time as far as like that
Yeah.
4C development. Although we have Ridley Gregg currently on the left wing, who can play center. Shane Pinto 3C who can play center, Gaudette 4C who can play center, and Gregor 4 left wing who can also play center. So there's a lot of interchangeable
Always valuable to
pieces and
have
parts.
that.
Yeah, just guys who can take face-offs,
Vegas
right?
does that too.
You just load people up down there, see what happens.
Yep.
And then obviously, I mean, it's Olmark's crease, and someone Forsberg will be behind him to play 20 games, and that'll be exactly what we're looking for.
Yep.
I think it. Hopefully, we get what we're paying for, and like getting with Olmark. It certainly seems like it. He's been doing well, and some of our middle guys are doing good. Shane Pinto had a good preseason. Norris is healthy, I think.
Question
Yeah,
mark.
it'll be just seeing if the team can gel and if they can really take that next like big adult step from the we also play hockey to the we're really playing hockey.
Yeah, let's get real here, Senators. Like, come on.
Like
It's about
we
damn
were a
time.
team. We want to be now a playoff team. But first, we're just a team.
Sounds pretty nice.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. To just touch on Vegas. So, Schwinn, they picked up on waivers, so I wasn't initially expecting him, obviously. And Tanner Pearson also makes the roster after the PTO. And I think some people were expecting Brisson to make the team, but once again, he doesn't make the team at a training camp, which is like, when is this guy going to come in? Although he's only 22, so, like, I don't know. I feel like people are just trying to get him to jump in the lineup this year, and we'll see if he does, but he doesn't make the team. So that was kind of like the only one I'm like, it would have been nice, but all the other defensemen and forwards were pretty much what we were expecting. And then Carlson starts the season on IR, which not in love with that, but I don't know exactly what the injury is, but not on LTIR at least right now, which is good news. So we'll see when he gets in. But again, we have like a decent amount of guys who can play center. So hopefully we can, sustain success while he's out. But that's pretty much it. They're playing in an hour. So
That's
the
exciting.
first game.
Yeah,
So
hurry up.
Looking forward to that. Yeah, let's wrap it up, guys. We got a couple games going on right now.
Going into the season, like, how do you reasonably think things are gonna like go for y'all in the first month? Like, is the buzz around training camp and like around the media sphere that like they're like coming in ready to like go? Is there maybe more like trepidation?
I feel like the team is pretty optimistic. I know, like in interviews, Mark Stone has felt like the team's in a good spot and that they kind of thrive when they're being, underestimated a little bit. Which because of some of the departures this off season, it's understandable why some teams are not like expecting Vegas to be as good this year, and maybe they're unfamiliar with some of the young prospects. We've got a couple young guys who are slotting in, like Alexander Holt has played a limited amount of games, and we'll see what Olofsson does. So yeah, there's some uncertainty there, but I think the team feels pretty good, and like that's just reassuring for me. Like if the team is kind of buzzing, we'll see how long that lasts if they have a slow start, but right now I feel good. Like I do feel good about the team.
Nice.
I think the
Dean?
Bruins are gonna have like a 650 win percentage. They're gonna have some like good wins, some tough losses while they figure things out this first month, and then they'll get into like a groove. My
I like it.
prediction.
I like it.
And the Sens are gonna go 15-0.
I think we're gonna have a good November, and then I have
But
no clue what the hell's gonna
what
happen
about
after that.
October?
I don't know. I don't know about October. I feel like
November
we
though,
will.
I'm confident.
Lock it
November
November,
will be a
in.
good month.
I think we're gonna nail it this time.
All right.
We've been really bad at that the last half dozen years, so like figuring that one out would be
Well, as
cool.
long as you're in the playoff picture by November 1st, that's what matters.
Right.
Mhm.
And as long as the Sens lose tomorrow against the Panthers, so I can get my past the cup point, that would be good.
Oh yeah. Guess Zach didn't get the Bruins one.
He
Oh
did
well.
not. So,
But-
yeah, I have a point now after yesterday's
But
game.
I have, right? I need Ottawa to win, yeah, so I can get a point.
Yeah, but I don't want
Have
that.
you been looking at the Twitter account? I don't know. I mean, it might still be helpful just to know who has the cup.
Oh, I haven't been checking it. No.
I haven't looked, but
It might be good, yeah. Just like make sure we're still
I
correct.
mean, even
Yeah,
though
I
they
mean,
scored
halfway
just
through the
scored
season.
So far,
differently,
so
but-
good.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
But yeah, their
So who do you
scoring
score to
system
play
is different.
Ottawa?
Because they score by days with the cup rather than games, but I think games is better.
I like our
Mhm.
way.
Yeah,
Same.
I'm
I
glad.
gotta look up Florida's.
I'm glad we're
schedule.
doing it this way. So that's the Pass the Cup update, and then for hat tricks, so we've had 3 completed days so far. Gifford,
Snapping great.
aka Matt, has gone 3 for 3. Although for some reason
Wild.
it's showing 75%. Oh, because of today's submissions,
Today.
I guess. But
Mhm.
so Gifford's perfect. Dean is 2 for 3. Owen and I sadly have not had any success, and Zach with 1. So that's where we're at. And yeah, Owen and I missed the second day's questions because we woke up too late, so that was a bummer.
That was a bummer. That
Well, I think
was
on Owen's case, he went to bed too early.
Oh,
I think I probably did, right? Knowing I could have just stayed up and waited for Dean to
It was
pop
at
the
like
questions
I
out.
said they're like 1 a.m., but
oh
That
well.
was probably close.
it was all part of the strategy.
Yeah, I was
There's nothing
wondering
in the
like
rules
if I
about
could
how
be
many
devious
hours.
like that.
I mean, I didn't intentionally do it. I got home. I was like, "Oh, is my day tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Crap, it's up to 8 a.m. I gotta do these now because I'm not gonna be up for this."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess
I
I
that's
just
where
slept
Mountain
in.
doesn't help.
Yeah, the European games also didn't help. But well, I guess
Yeah.
it did help because it kept you two from answering.
Yeah, right. So I'm thinking, yeah, if there's like a 12:30 like matinee game on a Saturday on my day, and it's like, oh, that's 10:30 for Dean. Like maybe he won't be up yet or
I'll be up
whatever.
by
Right.
then.
Like could do something like
Set my
that.
alarm for hat trick days now.
Yeah, it's like, oh
Right.
god, I'm losing sleep over this. No, I don't think we'll be too serious about it, but it's fun and a good way to keep engaged. And I would really like to get a hat trick tonight, but that'll also mean that Dean and Gifford will also get one. So
Okay.
Right. Give me the hat trick instead.
there we go.
I'm only 1 letter off.
Very close, yeah.
And then Chandler also made a bracket. Apparently, you
Yeah,
know
we
he made
should-
it on time though.
So yeah, technically, I think he hadn't completed it by the time that we had initially allotted. But since he
Well-
texted me about it and he was like, "Oh, I finished it," I'm like, "Oh, great."
Must be cheating because he has the Devils winning the cup because they started 2-0. Surely that's why he has the Devils winning and no other reason.
Yeah, I think he had actually finished it before they had started the season, but it was still beyond
I
our
was winning the
10-1.
cup in 5. That's
yeah,
wild.
over Golden Knights. So that would be fun. I told him like that would be fun for us. But yeah,
Yeah.
he had initially.
Leafs in 7. This can't be right.
Yeah, Leafs win in 7.
That doesn't happen.
No.
But he had
And Detroit wildcard too.
he had gone through a couple different iterations because he wasn't familiar with the formatting rules. So his first 2 attempts, he had impossible brackets, like impossible matchups in the first round, and I was like, "Yeah, that's not gonna work." And he's like, "Oh, I fixed it." I'm like, "Sorry, no." And then he's like,
Stars
"Okay."
versus Bruins, round 1.
He's like, "I looked up the rules, so this one's definitely correct." I'm like, "Okay, yes, 3rd time's the charm." So just for the sake of it, since we've ripped through all the other ones already, we'll just go through it. He's got for the conference finals, Golden Knights versus Avalanche and Devils versus Maple Leafs, with the Devils winning over Vegas. He also has a couple out, like, more out there picks for some of the teams.
The Central.
So he's got the Kraken, which I also had. He's got the Wild, which are actually
the Wild is
the 1 seed in the Central. So he's a big Wild believer. And
with the Preds as the wild card 1.
Yeah.
I feel like he must just have those two mixed up.
It could be. But he also has the Wild moving on.
He has the Wild moving on.
So, I don't know. And then he has the Sabres and the Red Wings. I did notice he had Detroit there instead of Red Wings, so I meant to fix that because it bothers me when the formatting is incorrect.
You're not allowed to do that.
That's too late.
I like how I set the precedent, since I went first.
Yeah. Well, I think somebody used abbreviations. I think that was that Owen that used them? Yeah, Owen used abbreviations.
I'm consistent through it, I guess.
I'm just a rebel, you know that.
Yeah, you are.
Rebel without a cause. I just want to do less typing.
So I was wondering how many different teams we actually have represented, and I didn't provide.
Oh, as a cup final.
That.
I also thought it'd be fun
or just
to
like
count,
playoff teams, like
ones I picked. Which ones show up the most and things like that. Like how many times the Oilers and the Stars are there.
Feed it to the AI.
Yeah. So we probably have, like, honestly close to 24 different playoff teams, I would think. Which is
Sandroni put in a freaking logo for the Rangers. What a dork.
We were admiring that last episode.
No, I love it. It's such a Sandroni thing, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's a nice little touch. His Rangers are up 4-0 over the Penguins right now. Well, not his Rangers, but they're kind of his team.
Yeah, he owns them.
Sabres, more like, yeah, he owns them.
Right, whereas he actually owns the Sabres, like we all know.
Yeah, Ryan Sandroni Pagula.
It flows. It works.
We had our first game in Utah as well. Did you guys catch any of that game?
I watched some of it.
I watched some of it because they no, it was the Kraken game that was delaying the Bruins game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch any of the Utah game.
I watched it because I watched the end of the Bruins game.
I watched all of the games except for, like, the end of the Utah game. Like, I watched until, like, midway through the second period, and then because I was, like, falling asleep on my couch, and so I said, okay, we're done. Once Utah scored their third goal, my chance for a hat trick was gone, so I was like, well, I'm going to bed. Like, I think Utah's gonna win the game, and I'm just gonna go to sleep now. But it was fun. I actually watched, like, the intermissions this time around because they had, like, you know, people coming on that aren't normally there. Like Bettman was on one of the intermission reports, and that was actually kind of interesting. They had Ryan Smith
watching the game too. I think it was him and Ryan Smith.
Yeah, they were sitting together at the Utah game. Yeah. So yeah, Ryan Smith came on as well. He had some kind of funny responses to some of the questions.
Nice.
And yeah, it was just good first day, like, triple header there, and we had Jessica Campbell make her debut behind the bench for the Kraken, which we've touched on, but now that's happened, so that was cool.
Drawing up a play and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. They did end up losing though, which was a bummer. They were looking really good until they weren't for like 2 minutes there, and then that's when they lost the game. Like, they were up 2-0, and then suddenly in, like, the span of like a minute 55, they were down 3-2, and then they never could do anything after that. So that was tough. But good games. It was cool to see the Delta Center, like, finally. It's a little jarring, the layout, but it's kind of fun. They have, like, these big black, like, walls that have, like, big ads on them, which are a little strange, but obviously it had been designed just for the NBA, so they've got, like, I don't know, 7,000 or 8,000 obstructed view seats, and I think it's like 10 or 11,000 like regular view NHL seats. And there were some cool ones, like some of the ones are really close to the glass, and there was like this one view where you were like perched right above the glass, but you were like pretty close to it. It's like it was a very like you don't get that kind of view in any other arena. So those are probably
Right.
expensive seats, but they are probably pretty damn cool too.
Yeah.
You also a good chance you might get hit in the face with a puck.
You mean catch a puck at a souvenir?
Right.
Wear your masks to the game.
Yeah. But yeah, very very fun first day, and now we've got 5 games today. So we're in the swing of things now.
Ooh,
Hockey's
yeah.
happening.
Hockey is happening. That's one of my little notes here. just had to remind
Can
everybody.
confirm.
Hockey
Hockey's
is
happening. Now. This moment. And probably when you're watching it.
Hopefully for a long time. Got like 8 months of this, so strap in. What do you guys think? Anything else? Any remarks? Oh, we didn't even cover the Prime series, but I guess we could save
Oh
that
yeah,
for
no, how
another
much?
time.
I moved some stuff
I
down
haven't finished
here.
it yet.
Oh, you have how you what? You're at 5 episodes or
It's 6. I watched the 6th one.
That's all of them.
that's
Or
it?
no, the 5th one.
Okay. Part
I haven't watched
1.
Part one.
Part
of the
1. Part 1 of the
Yeah.
final, yeah.
So I don't know. Do we wanna talk about it now? I mean,
I feel like I might as
first
well finish it. I'm so
impressions or-
close.
Yeah, I mean, people have already been breaking whatever news. It's not like we're going to be on top of that. We can talk about our reactions next time.
Sounds good.
I guess I'll just touch on. I just wrote this. You know how we talked about Nylander was playing center in the preseason? They already
Yeah.
gave up on that.
I know. I saw
Oh.
that.
I said like that's probably going to happen because it was the same with Marner, where they had him playing center in the preseason. Like, no.
I thought with
No
Berube
fun.
like coming in, they might actually like try more than like one preseason game, but yeah, like
I mean, they could always go back
Guess
to it
not.
later in the year, but
then now is
I
the
don't know.
time though. I feel like
you would think.
All games count the same though. I don't know.
yeah, Dean.
And then the only other thing I had up here was, did you see that Jack Campbell entered the
Yeah.
player assistance program? So he'll be away from the Red Wings for an indefinite period of time. So
I forgot he
wishing
was on the
best
Red
for
Wings.
him.
Yeah, he got waived and then they signed him for like league minimum. So yeah, after having the big money contract with the Oilers and then that getting I think was bought out, yeah, his
That's
career
tough.
has unfortunately taken quite a steep drop, and yeah, now he's not going to be with the team, so that's too bad. But
Yeah.
he's like a very nice guy. Like I remember from the Leafs All or Nothing series,
Yep.
like watching him,
Yeah.
he was great.
Yeah, I really liked him.
Yeah.
So it's too bad. But
Hopefully he's getting the help he needs.
we'll keep track of it. Yeah, I'm always looking out for those guys.
Yeah. And I guess also since it's quick, did you have any thoughts on the new Gen Z hockey commercial?
Oh
Thought it was
yeah,
cool.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like for once they did a good job with the commercial.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see it too many times for it to be enjoyable pretty soon, but like,
But for now,
yeah.
I don't know if I've even seen it other than like looking for it.
Oh, I saw
Like I don't
it
think I've
on-
seen it
on-
as an ad yet.
on
Oh, really?
ESPN Plus. They had it.
yeah.
Mm.
And did you guys see on ESPN Plus they had like commercial break in progress, little like still image things? Like they didn't
And it's
have the
like-
jingle or anything.
There's like some white noise. It's nice. There's like cars driving by in the background. If you like turn it up,
Yeah, there was like
Really
some other noise
That's
that
weird.
like was kind
It's
of
better-
pumping in there.
It's better than the music.
Yeah, it was
I
different.
did not see that.
I was trying to remember.
Yeah,
There was like
yeah.
a specific noise that I was thinking that they were using, but I can't remember, and I didn't.
It's just generic city backdrop,
Yeah, I guess so.
but like from very far away, not like New York City traffic.
Yeah, it's like this is very jarring. Like this is an
No,
odd
thank
choice
you.
from them. Yeah, but honestly, I'm happy. Like if they can just continue doing that going forward, good. I think there were like a couple
Yeah.
different variants that I saw.
'Cause otherwise, I feel like even the jingle or whatever is always louder than how I have the hockey. So it's nice to just have like some silence.
Yeah, yeah, and like you're not seeing any ads. So I'm all for that. Like, you're not advertising anything to me. You're just saying, hold on a little bit, buddy. We'll bring you
Just
back
wait.
to your program in a second
Mhm.
here.
Like the old Game Center one with them like doing the ice, like resurfacing the ice.
Oh, yeah, the
Yeah, that was
Zamboni
nice.
going across.
Yeah, and them
Sorry,
like putting
ice
down like
resurfacing machine.
and like doing the squeegees and spraying the floor and everything. That was great
Yeah, that
stuff.
was a good one. Laying out the logo, unrolling
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Oh,
The good old days.
I loved seeing them do that. Like the little slow-mo images of them, like, yeah, rolling across the water with the ice and yeah,
Well,
laying
when
down
we
the
the very
logos and
first year
stuff.
we got, it, they just had the same 5 highlights that would play every single time.
Yes. Yes.
That got old quick.
Was that on
Yes.
NHL TV?
NHL
Yeah.
Live, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the login just the other day when I was looking for logging in for the goalie thing that you sent us that I did
Goalie
on day 1 and
challenge.
then promptly forgot on day 2.
I forgot to do it.
And
Oh,
just
me
subsequently
too.
day 3.
Oops. How'd I do on day one, I wonder?
Yeah, we could see off of one day how we did.
NHL Game Zone.
I've been seeing the league has been advertising the collectibles too, like the NHL NFTs as well.
No,
They're
They're not
starting to,
NFTs, they're digital collectibles.
yeah, right.
They're NFTs and they're dumb.
But they have been. I'm like, oh hey, they're actually like talking
Well,
about
they
it.
still, I told you that when I first came out, the one thing I was waiting for was to see what, like,
What
real
the
life
rewards?
rewards you could get, and they haven't had any yet. I'm like, I'm just
Right.
waiting to see if I can put these stupid collectibles in a set to get these rewards cheaper than paying
Mhm.
outright for them, which is my theory,
Oh,
because, like,
absolutely.
to put in the work, which would take like 5 minutes, I feel like people aren't willing to do that because you have to, like, understand how to do it.
Yeah,
So.
like if that's the case, where if you can put in a little bit of work to get real life benefits.
That's how it is with NFTs. Like I bought an NFT concert ticket for like $20 when on Ticketmaster like over 100. It's just because people are
hmm
like NFTs are scams.
Yeah, so there's
You're the
I think,
scammer.
and
You're
especially
scamming
because it's
us.
not big right now, like
hmm
people aren't gonna pay much attention to it. So yeah,
Buy
it could
low.
work
Oh,
out.
I did well the first night. I forgot I got 38 points.
I is that
How many did I get,
is
Dean?
that
I'm in
good?
your league.
I don't know. Well, the top people after 2 nights have 50 points. So like if I
Okay.
got
What?
38 in one night, that's pretty good
What? How'd you get 38 in one night?
because I'm smart.
'Cause you cheat?
Yeah.
Well, that was the Brad Loves Hockey podcast,
That's our
folks.
show. Yeah. I'm like,
I'm
oh,
glad
man.
you enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. We'll be right here, same time, same place, whenever you choose to click on this video.
Yes, that's a guarantee.
That's how it works.
And happy Leif Erikson Day.
Oh, hinga dinga durgan.
There we go.
What?
Dinga dinga durgan.
You guys are ridiculous.
Okay, bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Maybe it wasn't a fat finger. Maybe I don't know, it just like seeped into my brain.
Brain seep. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
I hate my brain be seeping